Alrighty, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another CYPRX video banger. In today's video breakdown, we're going to discuss and talk about some ongoing developments in the cryptocurrency ecosystem, focusing our attention on Hbar developments and the entire cryptocurrency market space as a whole, playing some video clips and some fundamentals that go relatively unnoticed in the mainstream eye. Always keeping you guys in the loop and at the forefront of this digital transformation. If you all enjoy these deep dives and these video breakdowns, do us a favor, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe. With that being said, let's jump into today's breakdown. So I'm going to share screen with you all, and I want to just first reiterate to you guys how well this post right here is aging. Where I said to you guys July 15, 2024, I cannot stress enough, this post is just aging so well, which is why I consistently bring this up. Last bull market cycle, XRP, XLM, Hbar had no DeFi ecosystem helping them boost momentum like ETH did. That has all changed now for the first time ever. You've seen nothing but DeFi developments on the XRPL, Stellar blockchain, and the Hedera network. Buckle the F up, because this ride will be different. Utility, bull run or not, the DeFi ecosystems alone on these three networks are about to explode in TVL over the next 8 to 12 months. Now, I just made a recent video breakdown on the CYPRX YouTube just yesterday, put out to you guys, talking about developments on the XRPL, the EVM sidechain developments that are happening behind the scenes in the DeFi ecosystem growth, specifically on the XRPL. So make sure that you go back and check that video out. But just today, to show you guys how well this post is aging, we saw this announcement from Hedera, August 13th, 2024. We're going to jump into this. The block posted, Hedera taps crypto custodian Copper to expand institutional access to Hbar tokens. That is such a massive, massive headline right there. London-based cryptocurrency custodian Copper is expanding institutional access to the Hedera blockchain via a partnership announced on Tuesday. In particular, Copper will provide custody and staking services for Hedera's Hbar token and operate an on-ramp into the Hedera DeFi ecosystem. This is such a massive announcement. I can't stress enough. Yes, there's going to be a lot of naysayers that are like, oh my gosh, well, why isn't the price of the digital asset Hbar skyrocketing to the moon? First off, regulations are not firmly in place. You need to zoom out and understand the bigger picture, that these large financial institutions are still laying the foundation, the infrastructure, getting it in place and getting it ready for when regulations do come into fruition. And when they do, I'm telling you all right now, the people that were naysayers, the people that were skeptical, they will be left behind by not taking advantage of the opportunities to get in on these discounted prices in the now. Even if we do go lower, I'm like, it's so mind-blowing that people think that crypto is going away, or that crypto is a scam, or that it's dead with these types of developments. So just to read through this again, I'm not going to rant. Hedera, a public decentralized network that uses a bespoke algorithm known as Hashgraph, is particularly focused on the emerging world of asset tokenization. Institutional investors now have a streamlined and secure path to the Hedera ecosystem thanks to Copper's integration. Shane Higgin, co-founder and CEO of the Hbar Foundation, told the block in an email. Copper, chaired by former UK Chancellor Philip Hammond, has a clientele of over 300 large financial institutions. Stick around, because we're actually going to get into a fundamental PDF report from financial institutions talking about the digital asset landscape. So this is very interesting. Over 300 large financial institutions in crypto and trading platforms. The firm provides a number of asset management services and was among the first to build a crypto wallet using multi-party computation. Hbar will now be plugged into Copper's Clear Loop settlement network, which was launched back in 2020 and sources liquidity from a network of exchanges and OTC desks like Bybit, Deribit, Kraken, and OKX. Further, users will now be able to plug the token into various DeFi protocols like Aave using Copper's Connect and Google Chrome risk management application geared towards institutions. So the reason why I'm bringing this up, and the reason why I told you guys to go back to yesterday's video where we're talking about the the XRPL EVM sidechain, is because I mentioned to you guys and got a lot of skepticism in this post that the DeFi ecosystems on these three networks was going to scale massively over the next year. And we're seeing that unfold at a rapid pace, a much more rapid pace than I personally thought. But it's so phenomenal to see this post that I made to you guys age well. Now let's jump into this report before we play some video clips and end the video for today. This is going to be a quick video, or at least I'm going to try to keep it short and brief, but this is a report from Zodia Markets, and it is the Digital Asset Survey 2024. Now, this has some juicy findings in it, so we're just going to cover a few. First, right off the bat, I want you guys to understand how early we are. It says, in collaboration with Zodia Markets by Standard Charter, the Act recently conducted a survey regarding member views on digital assets. And in this paper, it represents the findings. The survey received over 80 responses. So from financial institutions, with 70% from business space in the UK, and the remaining responses distributed across North America, Africa, and Europe. Understanding the current digital asset usage. When respondents were asked about their current use of digital assets, a modest positive response was received, as illustrated in Figure 1 below. The question was, do you recently use digital assets? Look at how freaking early we are, people. It says right here, only 10% out of the 80 respondents that responded to the survey said yes, they use digital assets, and 90% of them said no. That is so mind-blowing to see, because it is physical proof right there that we are early, okay? Just to scroll down and read a little bit more of this, it says, what do you currently utilize digital assets for? Investment instruments, 35%, settlement with suppliers, 9%, other 8%, and process customer sales, roughly about 15%. Scrolling down a little bit further, it says right here, question 20, what do you think are the biggest risks when using digital assets? And you can see right here, one of the biggest risks associated with financial institutions onboarding into the space is still the lack of regulatory clarity. So you can assume that once the regulation clears up and global regulatory environments kind of start to come into fruition and mature, we are going to see an onboarding of financial institutions into this space. Now, even further, this is the best part about this. And then we're going to get into the video clips, because this question just solidifies the entire perspective that overall long-term, this digital asset space is going to scale significantly over the next consecutive couple of years. It says, when do you see your organization using digital assets? Again, this is not my personal perspective. This is not me telling you guys 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5 years. This is coming from financial institutions, okay? So you can see right here, 32% of respondents said that they expect to onboard into the digital asset space in 0 to 2 years. That's between now and 2026. 3 to 5 years, 32% of respondents answered and said that that is when they plan on onboarding into the digital asset space, which puts us into 2027 and 2029. 5 to 10 years, 32%, that puts us all the way out until past 2030, and then 4%, 11 years and beyond. So generally speaking, over the next 0 to 5 years, so 1 to 5 years, we are set to see a massive percentage increase in terms of digital asset adoption amongst these financial institutions, and this survey confirms that. So I just wanted to show you this again. This is a report from Zodia Custody. If you're not too familiar with who Zodia Custody is, they are a custody service provider that is backed by large financial institutions such as SBI and Standard Charter and some other financial institutions like Northern Trust. So I thought that I'd bring that one to everybody's attention. Now, let me share screen with you guys real fast so that way you can hear the audio. And I want to play a couple of video clips for you guys. One being from a Frankfurt School Blockchain Center panel discussion that took place labeled Crypto Asset Conference back in April from this year. And I want you to pay attention to what the gentleman said. It's something that we've reiterated on this platform multiple times, and it's that we are going to enter into an environment, an interoperable environment where CBDCs, stablecoins, cryptocurrencies alike are all going to coexist and thrive together, and again, an interoperable ecosystem. And you can see some of the sponsors on this conference like Ripple, Matico, we have Deloitte, we got Casper, who else we have? We have KPMG. So very big names in the space. Take a second and listen to what this representative says.
Can I just add something to support that? I mean, we talk about money in the different qualities, and it's really important to emphasize these three money quality, or sorry, not money qualities, but types of digital cash, because there will be very, very different use cases. You've explained a few. I've emphasized one from a central bank money perspective in the wholesale banking space. I would really distill or cut the topic into three. One being more the cryptocurrency topic, which can be very relevant and super interesting as an investment vehicle, as a means of use for retail investor or other. We have the stable coins that we've just touched on, who are extremely important and basically represent commercial bank money, if you like, if we talk in traditional terms. And then we have the central bank money equivalent, which would be the wholesale CBDC, and all have their legitimate use cases. And it's important just to emphasize that it's not one or the other. And you didn't say that, right? It's not one or the other, but as we have commercial bank money today, central bank money today, retail cash, wholesale cash processes, the same is required on chain. And that's what we're trying to do with the.
Right. So I just want to, again, emphasize to get the brain juices flowing and get you all to see that it's not going to be one or the other. It's not going to be once CBDCs are issued out and they're going to rule the entire digital ecosystem. No, it's going to be an interoperable system where stablecoins, cryptocurrencies, CBDCs all have their own utility, just like this gentleman mentioned, and they're going to thrive alongside each other. So make sure that you keep that in mind moving forward. Don't get flooded out. Don't pay attention to the naysayers, and make sure that you're zooming out and looking at the long-term perspective. Then we're going to roll in and I'm going to play another video clip. This is going to be the last one that I'm going to play for you all today, and then we will end it here. If you guys have enjoyed this video so far, do me a favor, smash that thumbs up button and subscribe. Always attempting to bring you guys the realest information. It's so great to see ongoing developments in the DeFi ecosystem on these specific networks that we pay attention to here in the CYPRX community. If you guys are interested in learning more about DeFi, you want to take your DeFi education a step further, learn how to start to deploy your digital assets into these DeFi protocols and earn yield on your assets instead of just allowing them to sit dormant in your cold storage wallet. Or maybe you're still a little bit skeptical, but at least you want to learn so that way when regulatory clarity comes into fruition, you can then go in and deploy. Make sure that you check out CYPRXtrading.com. We'd love to have you on the Wealth 28 Club team. We've built an A to Z course breaking down DeFi for you guys in detail, talking about the Hbar ecosystem, talking about the XRPL, talking about other ecosystems in the DeFi space as well that are thriving and making people money right now. So with that being said, let's jump into this last video clip for you guys right here. Let me just make sure this is sharing properly so you guys can hear it. And then we're going to play this and then we'll be off for the rest of the day. So this is a panel discussion labeled stablecoins, hear from the issuers. It was uploaded 1 month ago and only has 105 views. We have a Ripple representative on stage, a representative from a major bank called Clearbank. We also have a Circle representative on stage. So I'd say that this is a pretty important event to be paying attention to. And one of the things that this individual mentions from Circle, I believe he is, Jeremy Fox-Geen, I believe his name is. You guys can see this in the background right here. Chief Financial Officer at Circle. Pay attention to what he says about how this space will inevitably be regulated and all of these digital assets will thrive in the future. Take a second and listen.
I mean, Jeremy, it sort of begs the question, how much of your time do you spend managing banking relationships?
I spend a lot of my time on issues of regulation and banking relationships, right? You started with, the history of the US dollar when every individual bank issued a separate bank note pre a Federal Reserve currency, and you kind of talked about how they traded. And then with Emma, you talked about the interoperability, which is critical. And I mean, let's simplify things, but it's instructive. There's kind of government money, it's paper money, and then there's commercial bank money. And now there's this new form factor of money. They're all money. The regulation hasn't caught up to make stablecoins money yet, which means there are stablecoins issued by many people with many different characteristics because there isn't yet a coherent, consistent regulatory framework, and there will be. Banks play a crucial role. Think about government money and commercial banks.
Okay, so we'll leave it there. I just wanted you all to see how he emphasized on that key vocabulary yet. There is not regulatory clarity yet, but there will be. And so I wanted to play that video clip so that way it leaves you all forward looking into the future to get you to understand that not only sitting on a panel discussion with large financial institutions shaking their head, but embedded players in this space know that regulatory clarity is coming. So you as a manual retail investor should not lose sight of the bigger picture, even though we've most recently experienced a slight market downturn over the past consecutive couple of trading sessions. Don't lose focus again on the bigger picture. I cannot stress enough. Many blessings to you guys as always. I hope that you all enjoyed this video breakdown. If you want to join our private community, you guys can visit CYPRXtrading.com. We'd love to have you on the team. If not, make sure you at least do us a favor, smash that thumbs up button and and subscribe if you enjoyed this video breakdown and want to see many more like it. As always, I will see you guys in the next video breakdown.